Alright, I am here with the Z7297. I'm going to be doing an interview with him. This will be uploaded to both of our channels, and we've been waiting to do it for a while, so what are your thoughts on this, Z?
Hey guys, it's the TheZee7297 here, and yeah, doing a interview with my boy Connor. Been waiting a long time, as I said, to do this. So hopefully it turns out well, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and give it a big like and subscribe to both channels.
Yep, so we'll start with the first question, which is, so obviously your YouTube is the Z7297, and I want to know the story behind that name and where it came from.
Um, Many people may not remember this forum, but there was a forum called WAFF, and
Hmm.
I was signing up to it, and I couldn't think of a name. So my dad, he came up with the name The Z. And yeah, it just really took off from there. I used the name. About 2, 3 years later, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I was known as the Z throughout some of the wrestling communities. So I then just put the numbers at the end. I put 7297 at the end of it, and yeah, yeah. My dad came up with the name the Z7297. I have to thank my dad for the name. So basically that really.
Yeah, so that's the story behind the name. If you didn't know that, that's pretty interesting bit of information. So obviously your channel's all about wrestling and wrestling figures and your wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And obviously with that, the obvious question is how did you get into wrestling? What was your first experience of wrestling?
My first experience of wrestling was with my granda. Um, he was watching a Monday Night Raw. I don't remember what year it was, but I was about 2 or 3,
Mm.
and yeah, I remember vividly. It was Stone Cold versus I think Mankind on Raw, and once I seen this, I was like, "Wow, this is amazing! This is awesome!" And yeah, it just really took off from there. Every Monday night, my Granda would watch Raw. He would never watch WCW. He would never watch WCW. He was always WWE.
You
And
said Monday.
every Monday, I would watch Raw with my Granda, watch WWE, and it was my Granda that got me into wrestling, and it just, it just really, it really stuck from there. I was hooked from the first time I seen it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm moving on to the next question now. I heard like an echo in the background, it was distracting. Okay, so obviously with
The
wrestling
beauty
you
of life.
yeah. Obviously with wrestling, that kind of sparked interest in you and you started collecting the figures and then you started your Fed, WFF, for anyone who didn't know. And
Yeah.
what was the reasoning behind that? Like what was your like where did you get the idea to start a Fed from, and how has it really evolved over time?
Once I started collecting the figures and I saw the wrestling rings come out, I started to play with them as any child would. As I grew older, I got onto YouTube. I seen a lot of pack feds on YouTube. I think the first pack fed I saw was TNHW,
Hmm.
and I started watching TNHW, and I done some pack fed work in 2010. I just never uploaded it to YouTube because it was absolutely brutal. It was so shit. It made me cringe once I watched it. Um, Then I think I started my Fed in 2013 on YouTube, or was it 2012?
12, I think it was 12.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, I started my Fed. I started to get like 6,000 or 6,000 views and stuff like that, and it just really took off. I love pick fed, and for people out there that think pick fed is easy, it's
No,
not.
it's really not. I think
It
we
is
all have some experience in that department.
it is fucking hard. You have to sit and pose a figure. The figures fall. You have to repose them. If the pictures come out blurry, you have to retake them.
That actually falls in really nicely to my next question, which is what is the favorite pick fed match you've made and why was it your favorite?
Favorite pick fed match? Oh, there's been so many. I think it would have to be Dean Ambrose versus The Undertaker from this year, from
Hmm.
WrestleMania. That match was just awesome to film. It was really fun to film. It really told a story of their rivalry, and yeah, there was never a dull moment in that match. It was
Certainly.
just never. It was just really fun. It was never boring. It never got boring while I was filming it. Um, yeah, I think it has to be Undertaker Ambrose. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything else that really comes close to it.
Yeah, and with that, what is the favorite overall show that you've produced? Like, what were you? Is there any that you specifically think, this is definitely the best in terms of match quality, or just how, like, what one that you have more fun making? What one stands out the most to you?
I think a lot of people will know this already, but it has to be WrestleMania.
Yeah,
That match, it's got something like 9,000 views, which is fucking crazy. It's really crazy to find out that 9,000 people watched that one show.
yeah, there's a lot of people, especially for the wrestling figure community. It's not impossible to do those numbers, but when you do, it's a fucking achievement.
It's mind blowing. It really is.
So, because some people would say that's not a lot of viewers, when it really is. Think of about 9,000 people in the same room.
Exactly. And people sat down and watched that show, which for me is just crazy.
Yeah, that so many people are that interested. Right. So, next question, seeing as we're talking about pick feds, what is your favorite figure that you currently own, and what is your favorite figure to pick fed with? So, figures for completely different reasons, but what are your two favorite figures?
Two favorite figures in my collection have to be at least 30 Brock Lesnar.
Hmm.
That has to be a very generic answer. But yeah, it's Brock Lesnar. It's just awesome. For those who have the Elite 19 Brock Lesnar, if you've picked fed with that, it is a nightmare.
What's your favorite one to pick fed with?
Elite Devon Bourne in the green attire.
Really?
Really, it's just awesome. I'm serious, man. It is awesome. The figure's just fucking brilliant. He never hardly falls down whenever
Oh,
you're posing with him. He just stands still. It's like a brick. It just stands still. The joints are perfect. The joints aren't loose. The joints are stuff. They're just perfect.
yeah. So, moving on to the next question. What figure were you looking forward to, and when you got it, it turned out to be a massive disappointment?
Uh, Basic Fandango. The first Basic Fandango.
And why was it such a disappointment?
I don't know. Its head scan looked wild fucking weird. The ring attire is perfect, but the head scan just looked very weird on it. Even this Elite head scan looks weird.
Yeah,
It's, it's
things
the
as
same
small
scan.
as the fucking head scan can make or break an entire figure.
Yeah, it's just the Elite Fandango. The Basic Fandango just didn't really work well for me.
Yeah. So here's a pretty good question, one that I think you'll like and you'll spend a lot of time on. What figure are you most looking forward to getting in 2015?
There's a few. Um, the final moments Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that one.
That figure's just fucking sick. I want it now. I really want it now. It's just sick.
Yeah, well, not long to wait, at least.
Just a couple of weeks now. A couple of weeks. Second would have to be the final moments Sting.
Oh, I definitely.
That figure is fucking beautiful. It is the best figure 2015. I know we haven't even got on to 2015 yet, but that is the best figure of 2015.
Yeah. So is that the two, or is there?
Third. Oh, there's a third. The
Okay.
third would have to be Rusev,
Oh,
Basic
yeah.
and Elite.
Definitely the elite one
X
in
Pac.
basic. Yeah,
I'll get the Basic as well.
X Pac
But
is
the new Roman Reigns,
yeah, the new one.
the Elite Roman Reigns. The Elite Roman Reigns looks really good. Razor Ramon even looks fucking good.
Oh, that's one I'm marking out for. I'm going to I'm spending like fucking 60 quid on those. Oh god. Right, moving on.
Yeah, Smurfs should have them by April.
So, top
We have to
three.
be controversial here. Come on.
Right. So now we're transitioning into questions about WWE, So, top three wrestlers, past or present.
Number three, The Undertaker.
Oh yeah. You couldn't not put him in the list.
No, of course not. Number two, Shawn Michaels.
Hmm.
Number one, my boy, CM Punk.
Yeah, and they just fucking knew he would come first.
Everybody fucking knew CM Punk come first.
I was tempted to ask just present, so I was trying to avoid that, but your opinion, not mine. Right, transitioning into that, top three matches of all time.
Number three, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, WrestleMania 25.
Oh yeah.
Number two, fuck, it's so hard. It really is so hard. Uh, Fuck you, Connor.
Yeah, I would have been stuck on that as well.
I'd have to say CM Punk, Daniel Bryan over the limit.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was a
really,
fucking epic match.
I really like that match. That match was just outstanding.
Why that wasn't the main event of that fucking pay-per-view, I have no idea. But we'll try not to
Because
get into the
ladies,
discussion.
oh no, can I just say one
Yeah,
thing?
yeah, finish what you were gonna say.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, John Cena is a massive prick. He wants the spotlight on him.
Well, I think that
Yeah, I'm
pretty
gonna
much
get a lot
cleared
of
it up.
hate for that.
Oh well. Just by little 5-year-old kids anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's coming, it's coming. Number one, fuck, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12. Iron Man match, just mind blowing. What? It was just awesome.
Right. So that leads in perfectly to my next question because I set up a couple of wrestlers that are commonly compared to each other, and you have to pick which one you prefer.
Okay,
So first of all, it's Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Well, why is it Shawn Michaels?
This may not go down well with a lot of people, but Shawn Michaels was better than Bret Hart. There, I said it.
Oh, I agree. But
Because
you
Bret
see,
Hart just done holds after holds. Shawn Michaels actually gave the fans something they watch. Bret Hart was just a boring prick.
it was there's part of the reason that I have always believed Shawn Michaels is better is yeah, Bret Hart. You could argue that Bret was better in the ring, but Shawn Michaels had the whole package. He had the entertainer, he had he just had it all. Whereas Bret Hart had mostly the wrestling side and not much else.
Yeah, that's all Bret did. Bret was never any good either on the microphone.
No, he was nothing special.
He was just a boring bastard.
Yeah. So from an old rivalry to a brand new one, this one might be a zinger, but I know for a fact who I would pick. So right now, currently in WWE, who do you prefer? Dean Ambrose or Seth
Oh,
Rollins?
oh, you son of a bitch.
Well, I know my
Oh,
pick. Definitely Seth Rollins for me, but this is about your answers, not mine.
oh, this is hard. All right, for me, it has to be Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Really, look at it this way. Seth Rollins has got the technical wrestling about him. Okay, he's got the high flying. He's got all that.
Mm.
Dean Ambrose is slightly better. He's entertaining. He knows how to work out the fans, and he knows how to work a good match. He has a good match with almost anybody.
Yeah, well, I can't disagree, but
Where Seth Rollins can't really wrestle a big guy, but Dean Ambrose can, and Seth Rollins
yeah,
can't.
I've always preferred Seth Rollins, and it's nothing against Dean Ambrose because I really like Dean Ambrose. I've just always preferred the technical style, and just his whole style in general appeals to me. But
Yeah.
everyone has their preferences, so
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins. He is a
yeah,
great wrestler, but I just prefer Dean Ambrose more.
yeah. Well, that'll be one debated for years and years to come.
Oh, for sure. It'll be debated for sure. Everybody will debate that.
Yeah. So this is my last question, and I'm not sure how you feel about this, which is pretty much why I asked. But do you want to see Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania 31?
Yes.
And why?
Okay, I'm gonna get Paul Heyman technically on this. If you look at Sting versus The Undertaker in 2015, it does not draw money.
No, not anymore. It's 14 years too late, 13 years too late,
Exactly.
whatever it is.
Both men are not in their prime. Both men, it's like watching two old men wrestle in a ring. It'll be a boring match. It'll be a botched match
Hmm.
where Triple H versus Sting makes more sense. Triple H can still put on quality matches,
Mm-hmm.
and Triple H could make Sting look $1 million. Where Undertaker will just end up getting a concussion again and getting injured halfway through the match.
Yeah, I would rather see that match than Sting and Undertaker because we
And I
all know
know,
that's going to be a shitty match.
yeah, and I know the people are listening to this, all the wee 5 and 10 year olds, will be going, but Sting versus Undertaker, it's going to be amazing. No, it won't. It will be shit.
It'll be pure shit.
It'll be the worst match in wrestling history, and that's saying something.
See, I just don't want to see it because Undertaker's match last year it wasn't the worst thing ever, but I've said this hundreds of times that they're only going to get progressively worse, and how people are going to remember him is his bad matches rather than we can remember him for his good matches.
Yeah, of course. And Undertaker last year got what? Injured like 10 minutes into the match.
Mhm.
Do you really want to see the bell ring and Undertaker get injured versus Sting?
No,
It'll put the
I don't
fans to
think
sleep.
they'll be asleep anyway.
Oh, of course they will. Undertaker could barely chokeslam Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah, man.
He could barely do anything.
Even Sting couldn't pull a 5-star match out of him. I personally believe that as well. He's still 56. He's older than Taker, but he's in better shape physically.
When I watched a few of Sting's last pay-per-view matches in TNA, they were good, which surprised me. He could pull it off, but WWE is completely different. So
Exactly.
it'll
But
be
if
it'll,
it's his one shot though, so if I think he could pull it out of the bag if it's his one shot at a WWE moment.
it'll be interesting to see what he does. It'll be interesting to see who he faces at WrestleMania.
Definitely, if things don't work out with Taker, which I seriously doubt they will, at least they've got another match in mind, which they're clearly indicating towards.
And if you think on it this way too, why have Sting come out and attack the Authority at Survivor Series, and you're not going to build it up as a WrestleMania match?
It's pointless. At least
Exactly.
they've set it up properly.
Aye, and they've had a few months to build it up. If Sting will ever get off his lazy old ass and come to Raw,
Yeah. Well, definitely next year, early next year, which is not long actually. Now that I think about it, WrestleMania is right around the corner. So definitely sometime next month we're going to be seeing Sting if they're going to do this match this month or next month or February. We're definitely going to be seeing some Sting if he's doing the match at Mania.
yeah. And I want to see Brock Lesnar.
Well, don't we all? Apparently he's going to be there on the 8th of December, so that's something to look forward to.
They fucking better be. It's time we have the WWE Champion back on TV.
Time we have the title off him, but we'll try not to get into discussions because I have one last thing. I think I'll let you do the honors here. This is the big announcement we were going to do about a certain day in January, if you want to run through this quickly.
Yeah, what Connor is alluding to, we are going to meet up in Belfast on the 17th of January 2015. There will be a lot of videos. There will be a vlog, vigor hunting, and a few more shit. We haven't really decided yet. But yeah, look out for the vlog. It won't be up that day because I'll have to fucking edit it and shit. So it could be up a few days after we actually
Yeah.
do it.
So yeah, this is something we've been planning for a long time. If things had have gone as we originally planned and we had a quick talk about it a couple of weeks ago, I would have met him 2 days ago, or a day ago, on the 27th. But things didn't quite work out that way. We set another date for December. Things just didn't work
Didn't
out.
work out.
But now after all the Christmas stuff is going to be over in January, we're definitely getting down to Belfast and we're making some cool videos and stuff down there. So that should be something to look out for.
Yeah, for 1000%. And I'm just gonna get my skinny ass on a train, and I'll be there in a couple of minutes, maybe about half an hour, perhaps.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. Anything else you want to mention before we wrap up here?
Not really. Filming on my next show start next week.
Right.
Uh, New videos coming soon. I think really that's it.
Right. So this has been me, Connor Girl 1236, along with the Z7297. We
Go
hope you
fuck
enjoyed
yourself,
this.
Mike.
We hope you enjoyed this video. If it makes it on YouTube, I have done a shit ton of editing. So at
And I
least,
will applaud you for that.
yeah. Maybe we'll stay on this broadcasting while we're doing it, but not streaming. But we'll figure that out later. Anyway, this has been the interview with Z7297, and we'll see you later.
See you there, guys.